It's a weather impact alert morning at KGW with a winter weather advisory in the Cascades and Coast Range. We're going to show you here in a second a look at some snow coming down on the beach, captured by our, look at it. Look at
that time lapse.
There it is. It's coming down. Seaside is where that's at. That happened overnight on our sky cam over there. So thank you for joining us here. I'm China Green.
And I'm Matthew Herchick. All morning we've been tracking snow in the Coast Range and in the Cascades. Thomas Schultz has details on how to stay safe if you are going to be caught driving in icy or snowy conditions. And Libby Dowsett talking if warming shelters in the Portland metro area will be coming up. But we're also going to get to weather and traffic. Chris will be keeping an eye on the morning commute. And first of all, Rod has a look at the forecast. Rod, where do things stand?
Yeah, hey, we just showed you that Seaside video. Next time you see me, which will be about 8 minutes from now, I'll show you the Astoria column live camera, which does show snow on the ground, pretty good solid inch or so, up at 600 feet at the base of the column up there in Clatsop County. Something we don't see that often. You can see the rain offshore, and then as it moves inland, it quickly turns to white. That's the snow as the moisture picks up into elevation. And we've got a lot of snow reports and coverage over the Coast Range in general. But then as the moisture moves into the valley, it transitions back into rain. Salem, good morning. You've been running a little bit cooler than Portland, but still above freezing at 34. And all the reports we are getting is that you are just looking at wet roadways this morning. Downtown Portland, yeah, warmer, 38 degrees. Interesting that it was 39 at 6 p.m. in Portland last evening. So our temperature really has basically held steady, just a little movement, but not much since 14 hours ago. We'll be 44 at noon, 42 at 5 o'clock. This will continue to be a scattered shower day. Obviously, as we get into the 40s, we're looking at primarily rain showers ahead. Here's Chris.
Okay, Rod, thanks for that. Let's take it to the Oregon Coast Range and specifically Highway 20 between Corvallis and Newport. There's actually been a disabled vehicle reported on Highway 20. And getting up in the terrain in the Coast Range, that's what it looks like. Snow-covered roadways there, and you don't have to go very high up into the Oregon Coast Range to encounter roads that look like that. Case in point, we'll bring you down a little lower. This is near Valley Junction, not far from Willamina. Again, there's some snow coverage out there. The Willamina district, by the way, is one of the districts outside of Portland running on a 2-hour delay. Major districts across the state unimpacted by weather, of course, as we've just seen rain, but there are some pockets where there has been some snow in the higher terrain. Over in Clackamas County, Highway 213 still recovering from an earlier crash near Karras Road. Meanwhile, over on the west side, we had a fender bender on 217. It looks like that's still there on the shoulder, but that said, it looks like we're moving around okay. So, you know what? The roads are not in too bad a shape down low for most of us this morning. Guys, back to you.
Chris, thank you. And speaking of the roads, our field crews have been keeping an eye on the conditions with those colder temperatures in the area.
Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz is in Drive 8 checking out conditions on the road. So Thomas, where are you at right now and what are you seeing?
Yeah, guys, we are between Newburgh and Dundee right now. And let me show you what the roads are looking like. You can see a little bit of water on the roadways, people slowing down. Nothing too extreme out here right now, though. Of course, that morning commute is starting to pick up just a little bit, and we do have a few tips to share with you because of that winter weather coming in this week. It's really important to slow down. You're seeing some of that right now here as well in Newburgh. Also really important to just take it easy. You know, give yourself a little bit more distance between you and the cars in front of you and check your tires. That's something people don't really think to do necessarily, but that's really important to have a decent amount of tread on those tires. If you can put snow tires on, I mean, that's just going to be even better for you. Check your windshield wipers as well and make sure that they're in good condition. If they're a little bit old, you might want to get those revamped and updated to get some new windshield wipers on your car in these conditions. And as always, big thing here, always carry emergency supplies. That's something that people may not think about, but if you break down or if you get stuck or run into ice, whatever it may be, it's good to have a blanket, a flashlight, some gloves in your car as well, just so if you need them, you have them. Back out here live in Newburgh, you can see traffic picking up a little bit. Of course, we're at a stoplight here, but those roadways, they're a little bit wet, but nothing too extreme here. Of course, that's something we will continue to monitor throughout the week with that winter weather in effect. Guys.
Thomas, thank you. Meantime, for people living out in the cold, some local leaders around the area are taking steps to make sure people have somewhere warm to go if temperatures drop.
Yeah, but Multnomah County has yet to open its warming shelters, and Libby Dowsett is live in Southwest Portland with more on the reasons why. Libby.
Well, guys, Multnomah County is waiting for the weather to get colder or stormier before they open those warming shelters. Now, as usual, they have their regular overnight shelters now open for people, and that's where you can go for those trying to warm up. That's their opportunity. Local nonprofit groups around the city, including Blanchet House in Old Town, are doing what they can to keep up with the need on the streets, such as handing out donated winter clothing. Nearby communities are also stepping up with an overnight warming shelter in Clackamas County that opened last night. In Longview, Washington, a severe weather shelter is open through Wednesday, and Clark County is serving folks with its overnight and daytime warming centers. But again, no warming centers open right now in Multnomah County.
These are the last few coats that we've got on our shelves, and I expect that they're going to go out today at lunch.
They should definitely have warming centers for the elderly and the sick that can't survive in the cold weather.
Multnomah County says it would open its warming centers if temperatures are forecast to be 25 degrees or below for at least 4 hours or more between 8 p.m. and 7 a.m. Also, temperatures at or below freezing with an inch or more of rain and overnight winds above 10 miles per hour, or 1 inch or more of snow within 24 hours. If those are not met, they say simply go to those overnight shelters if you need help, or during the day, go to county libraries where you can warm up at least. And let me tell you, it's cold out here. I could use a library right now. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Libby.
Oh my goodness. This is bad. This is a bad wreck. This is a really bad wreck.
2 Oregon State troopers are in the hospital with serious injuries, and a police canine was hurt in a crash involving a semi near the Dells. This is video from yesterday morning at the I-84 exit to Highway 197. It shows a semi-trailer nearly on its side and a state fish and wildlife truck that sustained heavy front-end damage. Authorities say the troopers were responding to a separate crash involving a log truck at the time. The cause of the crash is still under investigation.
Police have arrested a man allegedly involved in a drive-by shooting. He's facing an attempted murder charge, among others. It happened just after 11 yesterday morning near Southeast Van Water Street and 36th Avenue. A person called 911 to report their car had been hit by gunfire and gave police a vehicle description. Officers were able to track down 19-year-old Cordell Dorley. They took him. He was taken at a nearby gym, taken into custody, and they found a handgun inside the building.
No, your eyes did not deceive you. New surveillance video from Front Door Camera in Tigard shows a pickup truck flying into the house across the street. This happened last Friday on Southwest Lakewood Place. Tigard police say that the pickup went airborne after hitting a dirt mound, flying roughly 100 feet through the air and clearing a retaining wall before it hit the house. Luckily, the family of 5, including 3 children, all made it out unharmed.
I didn't expect a flying truck, and I'm like, what's going on? Like I must be in a sleep stupor or something. I can't process like what I'm seeing in front of me.
Officers say the 2 inside the truck were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. The driver has been charged with both reckless driving and reckless endangering. 2
hikers had to be rescued by the Coast Guard after they fell down an avalanche chute on Mount Eleanor in the Olympic National Forest. The helicopter crew out of Astoria was called up to help pull the 51-year-old and 16-year-old out because it wasn't safe for ground crews to get them. The 51-year-old suffered injuries to her abdomen while the teen injured their knee trying to help. Once they were pulled out, both were taken to the hospital.
All right, your time now is 8:09. Headed over to Rod Hill for a look at your weather. What is that?
This is what I promised you about 7 minutes ago. This is 600 feet in elevation, roughly the same as the Oregon Zoo in the West Hills. This is up in Astoria, and of course the Astor column, you can see the base of it right there. So this is fun, but if you look carefully at the pavement, it looks like it's kind of borderline on the bottom right, kind of borderline slushy. So I don't know. This does have a hill nearby that kids will go sledding on. I don't know if they're supposed to, but I've seen them do it. But it's kind of slushy. It's probably not cold enough to really do some sledding. 34 is the number down at the base of the hill, which is nearby the airport in Astoria. And there's the radar showing mainly rain up in this area, but then you get up in elevation. It's like going up into the Coast Range. The rain changes to snow, right? And that's what you're seeing right here, south of Tillamook. Rain moves inland and then it bounces quickly into snow. And then as it gets through the elevation and comes back down to the flats of the Willamette Valley, it transitions back into rain. That's what we've been seeing all morning. It's a scattered precip pattern, and mainly the amounts that have come into Portland, Salem, and up into Vancouver have been very, very light. Here are the temperatures. I had Portland forecast to be 35 this morning, so I thought there was a good chance we would stay above freezing. But really, we held 37, 38, 39 most of the night. And we're at 39 right now and 39 up in Vancouver, 37 in Wilsonville. So we never really saw much of any cooling. It is a little bit cooler in Dallas and Salem, each at 34. And then where it's been primarily dry, we have 31 in Silverton and 32 this morning up in the Estacada. There are the other temperatures real quick that we're looking at. 33 out in the Dalles. We have very light dustings of snow in Hood River this morning. Portland moving forward, 45, mainly a scattered rain shower day. We still have the alerts up for tonight into tomorrow morning and Wednesday night into Thursday morning because we'll be doing the same thing. We'll be looking to see if we have a chance of icy roads with passing snow showers. For now, here's Chris.
And that makes sense because the forecast gets cooler each morning, right? Today, or I should say Wednesday and Thursday. And as we are right now, this is what it looks like on Highway 20 between Corvallis and Newport. So between Benton and Lincoln counties, getting up over Dudley Hill. This is at 700 feet of elevation, and there you go. Now, some of that backup likely due to a fender bender and a disabled vehicle, but there you can plainly see the snow on the roads in the Oregon Coast Range. Not only there, but Highway 26, which gets up to over 1,600 feet. This is at 1,400 feet near the Sunset Rest area. Temperature's 28 degrees, and clearly there's some snow coverage there. All right, down low for the rest of us, we had an earlier crash in Clackamas County near South Caras Road on Highway 213. It appears that has cleared, and the backup around that has also flushed out. Earlier trouble on 217 moved to the shoulder. The rest of our freeway drive not in too bad a shape. We're still up a little bit in the drive time fun meter here. Fun. 28 minutes to get you in from Hillsborough to downtown. 24 minutes right now get you in from Troutdale to the I-5 split. Matthew?
Chris, thank you. And as we continue our winter weather coverage, we want to know and see what's going on in your neighborhood. Text your photos and videos to the number on your screen, 503-226-5088. Make sure to include your name, your location, and when you took those photos or images. We want to thank you for helping the community stay informed.
Well, competing on any level brings a certain type of pressure to win it all, and the Olympics are no exception. What Olympians are saying about the expectations on the world stage.
I'm Matthew Herchick, new morning anchor at KGW. I'm a huge sports fan, and I know I might be from the Buckeye State, but I'm excited to explore what the Rose City has to offer. I want to make sure you're prepared for the day, whether it's bringing you breaking news or sharing those inspirational stories that make you smile. We've got you covered. Because when news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. Make the move to Portland's #1 streaming newscast, Sunrise, weekday mornings from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert days, stream extended coverage on KGW+.
Honestly, the pressure's unreal. It's really not easy, but I'm still proud of being able to get to the finish barely.
American figure skater Ilya Melanin, after his disappointing performance, an 8th place finish after multiple falls in the men's free skate on Friday.
Yeah, the 21-year-old has now taken to Instagram about the extreme pressure elite athletes often face. He wrote in part, quote, "On the world's biggest stage, those who appear the strongest may still be fighting invisible battles on the inside. Vile online hatred attacks the mind and fear lures it into the darkness, no matter how hard you try to stay sane through the endless, insurmountable pressure. It all builds up as these moments flash before your eyes, resulting in an inevitable crash." Now, we spoke to Lacey Henderson, who's a Paralympian in track and also the mental performance coach for the Portland Timbers. She says few people can truly know the pressure of being on the world's biggest stage in sports, but the feeling of not meeting expectations is something that anyone can understand. And she believes Ilya could be a great mental health ambassador just by talking about his struggles.
He just has a great platform now of everybody having seen it, right? Everybody's going to know this story, and he's going to be able to relay what really is happening for him in this moment, in the moments, not just leading up to it, but the moments after, I think, to be giving more strength to the people that experience it every day.
And that's not the last that we'll see of Ilya at this year's Olympics. He's set to perform in the exhibition gala on Saturday.
Ilana Myers-Taylor finally has her golden moment. At 41 years old, she's already a 5-time medalist, but none of them gold. That's until yesterday when she put up the fastest time in the women's bob.
It's everything and it means nothing. I'm so proud and so proud of everybody who's helped me get here, but at the same time, at the end of the day, I'm mom and I'm a wife and I'm a sister and I'm a daughter, and that's what means more to me than anything is how I compete, not necessarily whether I win, but how I compete. And as long as I compete with integrity and pride, then I'm going to be happy with the results.
She is now tied with speed skater Bonnie Blair as the most decorated American woman in Winter Olympics history. And teammates Kaylee Humphreys took the bronze, her 5th career medal. Now, one of the videos that kind of went viral from this was she's crying into the American flag. And I just felt that was such a moment and such like a symbol.
Could you imagine, like 5 Olympics, 41, you finally get that first gold medal. Like it's her last go round probably. I mean, that's just got to be an incredible
Beautiful moment.
Yeah, good for her.
So monobob, I'm assuming that's just individual bobsled.
Yeah,
is that
and I think
what
what Anne-Marie Tiernan said, but she's now got one more event where she's paired with like a teenager, like a 16-year-old for the first time, her first Olympics. So the two of them are complete opposite ends of the spectrum.
All right, kid, don't let me down.
Right? No pressure at all, right?
Wisdom and strength.
All right, let's get you out the door. The one active advisory we have from our friends at the Weather Service is the winter weather advisory for the Coast Range and the Cascades. And this is still in effect all the way through the day Thursday. We know in the Coast Range this morning, about the time you start to approach 500 feet, you get snow. And overall, quite a bit of snow coverage in the Coast Range. And up in the Cascades, of course, passes are snow covered this morning. And it's cold. It's been mid-20s at Government Camp. It's been in the teens at Timberline this morning. Daily snow amounts today, tomorrow, Thursday for both mountain ranges look to be kind of identical. Anywhere from at least a couple inches to 5 or 6. It is a scattered shower pattern, which makes projecting actual total precip numbers, including snow, kind of difficult. Because you've got the mix of, dry and wet times. Here's the radar, the scattered shower pattern. There's a big upper level low that's sitting out here, and it's what's turning these showers inland. Notice it's green in the Pacific, and then as the green starts to lift up in elevation of the Coast Range, it turns to snow. You can vividly see it there in parts of Tillamook County. And then as it moves into like Washington, Yamhill County, the snow slowly transitions back into rain. We've had some snowflake sightings, or at least a mixed bag of some rain and snow showers in the area this morning. But really overall, Vancouver, Portland, and even down into Salem, we haven't seen much precip this morning, period. So maybe where you live, the roads aren't even wet. I would say that's a possibility. Here are the current numbers 38 Kelso, 38 Portland, Salem, and Eugene a little bit cooler in the mid-30s, but notice everybody's above freezing and everybody has stayed above freezing. And for Portland, the temperature's basically held steady all night. I projected 35 for the low this morning, and so far it looks like it's going to be 36 or 37 that goes into the record book. Here's Futurecast 8 o'clock this morning. It's a scattered pattern this afternoon. I think it's possible. This doesn't really show it, but I think it's possible that we open up some scattered downpours today just because the atmosphere is unstable and the air is cold aloft. So if we would open up some sun breaks, we could get into a little active period of weather at some point today, mainly being wet. Here is Futurecast. This is tomorrow night into Thursday morning. This is just after midnight going into Thursday a.m. This would be snow passing through the area into the morning hours. Right now, we're going to be watching tomorrow morning for the chance of some icy roads. Thursday looks to be a little bit of a better chance to maybe see icy roads and some snow on the ground. We'll see if we get something or not. Everything looks pretty normal this morning. There's a Reserve Vineyards and Golf Club out in Aloha, green grass. There's a Vancouver that Springs at the waterfront. Just a mostly cloudy morning, gray, but good visibility. Temperatures in the 40s later today with the scattered shower pattern. 30s out east. It'll be a colder day for you folks today than you were 24 hours ago. So now that we've gotten through the risk of winter weather for this morning, we've lifted today's impact alert, but we'll be monitoring tonight into Wednesday morning and Wednesday night into Thursday morning. After that, Friday looks mainly dry and then rising temps with rain at times this coming weekend. Here's Chris.
You know what's really fun about these borderline snow events?
What?
Nothing. Nothing is fun about them. All right, let's pick up the drive right now across town. We are slow through North Portland. There's I-5 southbound up near the Expo Center. That southbound drive is thick from basically the Interstate Bridge all the way down to the Fremont Bridge. Over on the west side, we had some earlier trouble in the Sunset. A wreck near 217 in the early 7 o'clock hour has cleared, but traffic is still running a little extra thick there. And I think we've got a check. Do we have a check at the Banfield? Yeah, there we go. Westbound I-84 also running thick because of an earlier crash. Right now we're looking at 28 minutes to get you in from Troutdale, nearly 30 minutes on the Sunset to get you in from Hillsborough. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Christine Padawanich. I'm a journalist at KGW, and I love exploring Portland's amazing food scene. New spot? I'm there. So I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. What happens here affects us all, and that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it doesn't sit still, it moves. It moves you to act, to vote, to volunteer, to speak up, or to lend a hand. It moves your mind by challenging assumptions and offering new perspectives. It moves you forward by giving you the information to make decisions and thrive where you live. And yes, it moves your heart through the good stuff that stays with you wherever you are. And at KGW, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Portland.
Overnight, longtime civil rights activist and two-time presidential candidate Reverend Jesse Jackson died at the age of 84. He visited KGW Sunrise back in 2017 to discuss a deadly TriMet Max attack.
His activism spanned decades, including 2 runs for the Democratic presidential nomination in 1984 and 1988. Cole Higgins has his remembrance.
Jesse Jackson's life was defined by a relentless fight for justice and equality.
I was born in Greenville, South Carolina, in rampant radical racial segregation. Had to be taught to go to the back of the bus or be arrested.
In 1965, he began working for Reverend Martin Luther King Jr.
I learned so much from him. Such a great source of inspiration.
Both men were in Memphis in April 1968 to support striking sanitation workers. King and other civil rights leaders were staying at the Lorraine Motel.
He said, Jesse, you know, you don't even have on a shirt and tie. You don't even have on a tie. We're going to dinner. I said, Doc, you know, it does not require a tie. Just an appetite. We laughed. I said, Doc, and the bullet hit.
With King gone, his movement was adrift. Years later, Jackson formed Operation Push, pressuring businesses to open up to black workers and customers, and adding more focus on black responsibility, championed in the 1972 concert, Watts Stacks.
In Watts, we have shifted from burn, baby, burn to learn, baby, learn.
The Reverend set his sights on the White House in 1984. First thought of as a marginal candidate, Jackson finished third in the primary race with 18% of the vote. He ran again in 1988, doubling his vote count and finishing in second in the Democratic race. At the time, it was the farthest any black candidate had gone in a presidential contest.
But 20 years later, when President Barack ran, we were laying the groundwork for that season.
In 2017, Jackson had a new battle to fight, Parkinson's disease. But it didn't stop him. Late in life, he was still fighting. He was arrested in Washington while demonstrating for voting rights. His silent presence at the trial of Ahmaud Arbery's killers prompted defense lawyers to ask that he leave the courtroom. Jackson stayed. From the Jim Crow South through the turbulent 60s and into the Black Lives Matter movement, Jesse Jackson was a constant, unyielding voice for justice.
A person enrolled at Portland Community College accused of stalking and harassing other students. What the school is doing to keep everyone safe.
KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
I'm Trina Green, a morning anchor at KGW and new dog mom to this sweet guy. Meet Barry. I love getting your mornings off to a great start, whether it's sharing stories of resilience and triumph in our community, or following breaking news from Beaverton to Gresham and everywhere in between. We've got you covered, because when news moves fast, you need a team that moves with you. Make the move to KGW Sunrise, weekday mornings from 5 to 9, anywhere you watch.
Good morning, I'm China Green. Officials at Portland Community College now think they know who is reportedly stalking and harassing students near bus stops on 82nd Avenue near its southeast campus. PCC leaders say the suspect was previously kicked off campus for trespassing and is currently banned. He's described as a black man wearing a black puffy jacket. The suspect is still at large and no police report has been filed in this case. Headed over to Rod Hill for a look at weather.
Well, thank you, China. Good morning to you. Well, we have plenty of snow in the Coast Range, winter weather advisory. Plenty of snow in the Cascades, winter weather advisory. For the valley, we've had some snowflake sightings, but overall there hasn't been much precip, and most of what has come to the valley has been rain. But here is Sun River Resort, if you're wondering. You get over the snow-covered passes, and you will have snow into Sun River this morning as well. So that's kind of cool to see. Here's the Rose City. It looks like a normal morning. We are currently dry. 38 is the temperature, holding well above freezing. So we have avoided winter weather in the city this morning. We'll be in the 40s with a scattered shower pattern this afternoon. We'll continue to watch potential snow showers the next 2 nights.
Well, good morning. We asked you guys to send in some photos and you delivered. Donna from Seaside took this photo at 7:52 this morning. Meanwhile, over in Salem, Jenny took this photo showing some light flurries off Silverton Road. Chris in McMinnville sent us a photo that you could see a little bit of ice there. And then Rebecca sent us this Christmas looking photo from Beaver, Oregon, showing Highway 101. We want to see what's going on in your neighborhood. Text photos and videos to the number 503-226-5088. Make sure to leave your name, your location, and the time you took them.
Update, Nestucca Valley School District has decided to call it closed. So they're having a couple of 2-hour delays running across the bottom of your screen, primarily in rural highland locations up in the Coast Range and whatnot. Nestucca, though, has switched from 2 hours to a full day. So good for them. The kids get a 4-day weekend.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Pretty good snow hit for the Coast Range in that I think the coverage, from what I've seen, Chris, agree or disagree, the coverage has been pretty solid over the Coast Range in general. Most areas are reporting some decent snow.
Especially the north. The Coast Range, North and Central Coast Range have both been quite snowy.
And snow on the roads about 500 feet and higher. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Chris is probably going to
2 meteorologists.
Exactly what we just talked about.
We'll just hang out.
Here's the scattered radar. The radar is showing the scattered precipitation. Again, a reminder, the green is rain, and you can see it transition into snow as it moves inland and gets up in elevation over the Coast Range. The white is snow, and then it fades back into rain as it pushes into the valley. Now, with that said, we've had some snowflake sightings in the valley, but everybody, and I do mean everybody, has stayed above freezing. 34 in Salem is actually one of the colder spots. You get up into Portland, it's 38 degrees right now. And here's our planner moving forward. So we've avoided winter weather here in the heart of the Willamette Valley in southwest Washington this morning. And we'll definitely be breaking up into the 40s this afternoon. Scattered shower pattern continues. As a forecaster, the air mass is cold aloft, which means we're unstable. And you would think, especially if we get a sunbreak or two opening, that we could get into a little bit of a shower explosion, meaning some spotty downpours and that type of thing. So we'll be watching for that this afternoon. It will be a colder day today than it was yesterday afternoon for you folks watching us in eastern Oregon. Your highs only in the 30s in most areas, with the precipitation generally being scattered snow showers for you. We've got dustings of snow, a really light dusting showing up in parts of the gorge, including Hood River. The Dalles will be up to 45 this afternoon. I've seen some flurries out there. That's about it. And then, as mentioned, we've got the 40s this afternoon, coast and valley expected. So the winter weather threat for Portland, we avoided it this morning, but we'll rewatch the potential of freezing temperatures with snow showers overnight tonight. And again, overnight into Thursday morning. After that, I think we get a dry break on Friday, and we actually have warming weather returning this weekend with rain picking up. I have 50 degrees on Sunday. Here's Chris.
And of course, in the Coast Range, traveling there, just know again that if you're new to the area, Highway 26, Highway 6, Highway 20, they all get up significantly in elevation. Highway 26, one of our highest coastal pass highways at 1,600 feet. So there has been some snow there. I wanted to show you actually one of these situations out between Corvallis and Newport, Highway 20 near Dudley Hill, up at, almost 700 feet. There you can see some snow coverage there. We had an earlier crash report, by the way, that was also delaying traffic. This is up at the Sunset Rest area at 1,400 feet. It's 28 degrees there. So clearly, we need to be aware of that traveling through the Coast Range today and over the next couple of days. All right, down low, the freeway drive is busy, but we're moving okay. The southbound I-5 drive needs a little help. Right now, that's 24 minutes to get you in from Main Street to the Fremont Bridge. Over on the west side, 30 minutes get you in from Brookwood Parkway. All right, for our intrepid reporter, Thomas Schultz, who's been braving the elements. How do you do it, Thomas? How are the roads this morning?
Chris, I mean, the roads are okay. They're staying pretty dry here. Let's show you what that looks like. A little bit of scattered rain, but not a ton. This is kind of the most we've seen all throughout the day. A little bit more when we were down in McMinnville about an hour ago, but really not a lot. Those roads a little bit wet though. But look, we do know the temperatures are going to be cold today and over the next couple of days as well. and it's really important to slow down on those roads. Just give more distance between yourself and other cars. Also check your tires, make sure you have proper tread. And also, if your windshield wipers is a little bit old, it might be worth getting those up to date and getting a new pair of windshield wipers as well. Always, always, always carry supplies, things like a flashlight, gloves, a blanket, just in case you do break down. We also caught up with an ODOT spokesperson near government camp yesterday who says ODOT is staying busy, making sure the passes and the metro are safe to navigate.
We're on 24/7 shifts, so we have 3 different shifts of crews, so we can cover day and night to be out there plowing the roads and taking care to keep everything as clean as possible.
Back out here live just outside of Aurora. We're heading near Estacada here. We're still a ways away though, of course. You can see the roads are a little bit wet, but remaining for the most part dry and safe. That's kind of what we've seen all throughout our area all morning long. But of course, this is something to keep a close eye on over the next couple of days. Matthew, China.
Thomas, thank you very much. And fire officials are warning as the temperatures drop, the number of space heater fires increases.
So Portland Fire and Rescue has already responded to several fires tied to space heaters this year. Libby Dowsett has how to avoid those dangers.
Portland Fire and Rescue say they've responded to at least 3 heater-related fires this year alone, and that includes a fire, they say, that led to the death of a Northeast Portland woman. They say the risks that come with winter heating, especially when residents rely more heavily on portable heaters to stay warm, are growing. They say the biggest risk comes when people put combustible items in front of a heater. Fire crews say furniture, bedding, and clothing are all items that can get too close and cause a fire. The National Fire Protection Association recommends keeping heaters at least 3 feet away from flammable materials. Make sure it has an auto shutoff in case it tips, and make sure it's off when you leave the room. Investigators say extension cords connected to space heaters can also be a problem. They believe that's what led to the death of a 64-year-old woman in Portland's Piedmont neighborhood last month. They say portable space heaters should always be plugged directly into a wall outlet. The Oregon State Fire Marshal says December through February is the busiest time for heater-related fires, so now is the time to take precautions. In Southwest Portland, Libby Dowsett, KGW News.
And stay with KGW, continuing coverage of this weather impact alert. Look for the latest on air, plus anytime on KGW.com and right here on our free TV streaming app, KGW+.
Officials at Portland Community College now think they know who is reportedly stalking and harassing students near bus stops. PCC leaders say the suspect was previously kicked off campus for trespassing and is currently banned, though they wouldn't confirm if he's still enrolled online. He's described as a black man wearing a black puffy jacket. His reported behavior has triggered 3 safety alerts in the past 3 months, all tied to bus stops on 82nd Avenue near the Southeast campus after incidents involving sexual comments and unwanted contact with a female student. No police reports have been filed. We spoke with one student who says the reports have been traumatic for his classmates.
Someone who's actively hurting students that are wanting to go in for an education, and it's something that shouldn't be happening at all.
The PCC spokesperson says limited surveillance video helped identify the suspect, though no footage shows the alleged harassment. TriMet is reviewing its own video, and PCC says it will alert Portland police if the man returns to campus. Oregon's Attorney General is arguing federal agents at Portland's ICE building have used excessive force on protesters. The AG submitted evidence in an ACLU lawsuit citing January 31st when federal agents used tear gas on mostly peaceful protesters. Witnesses says that the gas made it hard to breathe. Federal officials claim some protesters stormed the ICE facility. The hearing is set for March 2nd.
The Vancouver man who was attacked by a canine while being arrested by immigration agents has now been released from custody. A warning, some of the images in this story are graphic. The video of his arrest back in November went viral after pictures showed Wilmer Toledo Martinez had suffered multiple injuries from the interaction. Homeland Security says Toledo Martinez tried to run and a patrol canine was released to stop him. A federal judge ruled that he was being wrongfully detained without bail and ordered he be released. However, the immigration case against him is ongoing.
Your time now is 8:39. Headed over to Chris McGinnis for a look at your traffic.
We are in the typically busiest time of our morning commute, and I-5 through North Portland holding up that mantle here. I-5 southbound is pretty thick from the Expo Center down to the Rose Quarter. Right now we're moving along at about 8 miles an hour, so that's what our speed sensors show there. So one of our slow spots remaining here, 27 minutes actually to get you in from Main Street to the Fremont Bridge on I-405. So that's about as slow as it's been all morning long. Elsewhere across the freeway system, there's a quick check at the Sunset. That's doing a little bit better than it was earlier this morning. Crash near 217, had that snarled for a while, but that is long since cleared. And I-84 westbound traffic, again, busy but moving. We expect a commute on the order of 25 to 30 minutes from Troutdale at this hour, and that's exactly what we have. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Chris.
I think she got it.
She did it. That's a winner, baby. Nice shot.
Winner,
Look at the spin on that thing.
Yeah. After the break, Matthew and I are headed out to Beaverton to try our hand at curling.
Hey everybody, here at ShopTVDeals.com, we love to bring you products that make life a little bit better. And listen, we all have some kind of muscle soreness for one reason or another. So let me introduce you to this. This is the Pure Sonic Massage Gun. Love this so much. So easy to operate. Turn it here in the back, and it comes in 6 different settings depending on the intensity level that you want. But even better than that, it comes with these 4 different heads here. You have this one kind of fork shaped for your neck, also a flat one, and also a round ball. But this is the one I love. They call it the Bullet because it really does target a specific spot. And for these knots next to my shoulder blade, I can't tell you how good it feels. You're really getting kind of a professional level massage from the comfort of your own home. Doesn't get better than that whatsoever. And then here you have another machine gun. This is the 6-speed, but this one right here, this is the 9-speed. You turn it on right here, and what this is really good for larger areas like your legs or even your lower back, just like this, which feels so good. Again, you can regulate the intensity, and this particular gun also works on your feet, which is so great. It really does feel good, just like you're getting a professional massage, but without all that expense, which is so nice. So here's the deal here. On the 6-speed, you're getting 36% off, cost you $44.99. On the 9-speed, 29% off, it'll cost you $49.99. Just scan that QR code or go to ShopTVDeals.com. You're going to love this thing.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The Medal Count is brought to you on KGW by On Point Community Credit Union.
Well, it's 8:44, time to get a look at the medal count, and somehow throughout the morning, Norway stacked up another one. The United States has 19 total medals, including 6 golds, but they are now way behind Norway, who has 30 total medals. The host country, Italy, they are in second with 23 medals.
Lame.
Yeah.
And
it's Norway. They got a lot of snow there.
They got the cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. The U.S. women's curling team has been brilliant so far in Milan, though on Monday they saw a 3-game winning streak come to an end as they played the home team, Italy. It is a tough sport, though, I'll tell you that, because we tried it.
Yeah, and so check it out. Check out the curling lesson that China and I got alongside our photojournalist, Chad DeHart.
For curling, all you need is a broom, some grips on your shoes, and a 42-pound rock.
This is the button. The team closest to the button scores the points.
And the team with the most points wins.
Needs a little work, but not bad for a starter. All right, a little firm.
You're also going to hear a lot of screaming. Sweep! Sweep! Hard! Sweep it!
No, outside mine, outside.
Hard! Sweep! Come on, China, dig! Come on, you got it!
I never thought I'd be so bad at something.
I think she got it.
She did it. That's a winner, baby. Nice shot.
Yeah!
No pressure.
Nice.
10 out of 10, no recommendations. I think China was a little too comfortable with the yelling aspect of that, Rod.
Now, I just realized, Matthew, that last shot, was that edited to where you hit the rock, or was that a clean, good shot?
That was a clean shot.
That was a clean shot.
It was.
I'll take you at your word.
China did great, though.
That was fun. They are heavy, right? What'd you say, 42 pounds?
42 pounds.
Very heavy.
They come from like rocks in Scotland or something, I think.
It's a whole thing. Yeah, you can't just like buy it at Big Five.
Yeah, no.
Well, I'm up here on the weather deck, brought to you by Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking. I would say there's really not much of a chill in the air, except for, if I turn this way, I can feel the south wind definitely hitting my backside, which is kind of chilly. I did want to take a gander up at the West Hills, which I can see straight ahead of me, and there is no snow dusting on any of the tops of the fir trees up there or anything. So we have avoided winter weather here in Portland, but we've seen some snow showers coming out of the Coast Range and flirting with parts of the Western Valley. I do want to take you up to Timberline Lodge. We've got the winter weather advisory today, tomorrow into Thursday for both the Coast Range and the Cascades. Timberline, by the way, 5 inches over the last day. O'Brien Matthews, I think I'm going to need you to hit the buttons for me. 17 degrees is the temperature up there right now. Guess what? I said 5 inches yesterday, but they've picked up 17 inches added to their base going back to the weekend. Into last weekend, they had 38 on the ground. Now they have 55. So that is a big good news, thumbs up story. Okay, I think what's coming up next for you is, the winter weather advisory for the Coast Range and the Cascades. We know we have snow as you approach 500 feet in the Coast Range right now. And interesting, you've got to get up closer to 1,000 or so to start picking up snow in the Cascades. Daily amounts today, tomorrow, and Thursday for both ranges, 2 to 5, 2 to 6 inches, kind of what we saw yesterday. Okay, here's the radar. It is scattered precipitation. A reminder, the green is rain. That's what's coming in off the Pacific. The white is snow, and you're seeing it change from rain to snow as it picks up elevation up into the Coast Range, and then generally changes back to green into the flats of the valley. There are some snow showers now. Look at Battleground, St. Helens up to the north, up in that northern part of Clark County, but we're currently dry. I can verify that in downtown Portland. All right, temperatures held pretty steady last night. They really didn't budge. 38 now in Kelso, Portland, a little bit cooler in Salem and Eugene, but at 34, 35, holding above freezing. It's 34 out in the Dalles. Good morning, Hood River. You folks have a very light dusting of snow around you, as you folks know. All right, here's Futurecast. Let's play it through the day. This is this morning. Here's coming up this afternoon. Brian, just go ahead and keep hitting the buttons every few seconds. It's a scattered pattern. We know that we dodged winter weather this morning in Portland, but as the scattered shower pattern continues, we'll be watching again tonight. And hold it for a second, Brian. This is about midnight, Wednesday overnight into Thursday morning. That is snow in blue, and then go ahead and play it one more time. And that represents our best chance. We started to talk about this yesterday, that Thursday morning could be our best chance to see dustings of snow in the Willamette Valley. Didn't see it today, maybe we will Thursday morning. All right, let's get you going with your forecast numbers out the door, and here they come. 40s with scattered showers, coast and valley today on the west side, only in the 30s out east. And if you go to our 7-day, we've avoided the winter weather this morning. Today's side 45. The impact alert up for the next 2 days, mainly for overnight into morning to see if we have any winter weather. Friday looks dry, warming temperatures with rain at times this weekend. It is birthday time. Pretty good party today. It kicks off with our first birthday. There's Avery, celebrating being 6 today. Happy birthday to you. Big birthday, 21. Reagan is today. Happy birthday to you. Hope you have a really fun day. And then Savannah is 28. Beautiful photo there. And we have Lindsay celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Also celebrating today is Amanda, 39. Last year in the 30s. Hang on. Happy birthday. Eric is 42. Pretty shot with his dog out there on the water celebrating today. And that is our list. Birthdays at KGW.com. And we will celebrate with you. Chris, my message is the wind is noticeably from the south and it is breezy.
Well, maybe that's one of the things that kept it from snowing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll dive into that actually more coming up in a little bit, right? You and I, we will. All right, let's get you out the door and start off with one of our slow spots on the freeways. I-5 southbound right now. It was slow a minute ago, I promise. So this camera shot actually about 5 minutes ago was lined up, but whatever was causing that hang up near the Expo Center has quickly moved and the traffic has lightened up significantly. In fact, our drive time has dropped from almost 30 minutes down to 21 minutes now. Again, that's just since our last traffic report here a few minutes ago. Meanwhile, the rest of the freeway system busy but moving. There's the Banfield, I-84 westbound traffic still a little tight coming in through the Gateway District. At last check, though, we've whittled that down to 27 minutes now to get you in from Troutdale to downtown. We'll be right back.
I'm David Molko, the evening anchor at KGW. Though when I'm not working, I like to spend as much time as possible out here in nature. So I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. You see, what happens here affects us all, and that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it doesn't sit still, it moves. It moves you to act, to vote, to volunteer, to talk about it, to speak up, or to lend a hand. It moves your mind by challenging assumptions and offering new perspectives. It moves you forward by giving you the information to make decisions and thrive where you live. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you are. And at KGW, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Portland.
Well, today marks the start of the,
Stop talking.
Today marks the start of Rod's weather
No, we're gonna,
forecast.
all right, that's a good tease. We're going to find out what's starting here in a second. 45 this afternoon, scattered showers. We're in the 30s, but above freezing in the valley. Looks like we have avoided winter weather, but we could see some snow showers and freezing temps again potentially overnight tonight and again Thursday morning, so we'll keep watching.
Okay, let's get you out the door with a look at the roads, and the roads are actually not so bad. After some earlier trouble in the Sunset and Banfield, both of those freeway cameras show that they have cleared out. I-5 still needs a little help.
Rookie.
21 minutes to get you in. Oh, hey, there you go. We gave it some help. I went from 21 to 19 minutes to get you in from Main Street to the Fremont Bridge. Right now, the drive-in from Wilsonville, 26 minutes on northbound I-5.
You guys turn yet?
It's
My
your
turn?
turn.
Okay,
Yes.
now I go. All right, so today marks the start of the Lunar New Year, and to celebrate Portland's Lansu Chinese Garden is putting on some special events. This year is the Year of the Horse.
Yes!
So
I'm a horse.
Chris is a horse?
There you go. From 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. there will be a mini horse meet and greet, and every Wednesday through Sunday through Lunar New Year, which goes until March 8th, there will be light shows and dragon dances at night. They have a ton of activities happening throughout the holidays. So for details and tickets, head to lansugarden.org.
Now, I landed on Dancing Dragon TikTok, I guess, if you will, or Instagram. And there's this thing that they do. I hope I don't disrespect anybody because I don't know what it's called. But they're on these like blocks and they have to practice it for like years to be able to do it. And they do it without the clothes on and the costume on, and they like jump from box to box.
And then
they put on the
costume, the headdress.
It
and all
is
that.
unreal.
Yeah.
I watched it probably an hour. Literally an hour. It's mesmerizing.
That's how they make the dragons, is that what you're saying?
It's a different
the costumes?
form of art. Like, I'm sure there's a bunch of different ways that the dragon dance happens, but that was one where it's like, you have to be super athletic. It's very impressive.
So now you gotta go see it in person, see the full
Lansu.
deal.
Yes.
Road trip.
Lansu.
Yes.
Hey, a reminder, you can catch Sunrise every day live exclusively here on KGW Plus starting at 7 o'clock. We also have added another half hour of news at 12:30 and 5:30 right here on Plus. Hope to see you then.